Hey, it's a Wi-Fi battle! What is going on, you two fools? It's been a while with these stuff. It's AJayPay. I'm bringing you a Uber's battle against Cschollen1. I don't know how to pronounce his name. And as you can tell from his team, it doesn't really look too Ubers. He only has 2 Ubers pokes with Shaman Sky and Blaziken. But he has the 4 others that are Ubers viable, meaning that they actually work with Ubers. I did not notice this in the middle of the game. I mean, in the game at all, but I've noticed it after the game that his team is more of an anti-weather team set with Blaziken to abuse other people's sun, and that sounds like child abuse that I just talked about. And Omastar to abuse the rain if the other guy decides to use rain, which I am. Now, in this game, I really thought Blaziken was a really big threat, but then as you'll see later in the game, I realized there was an even bigger threat on his team. And then I have to deal with it. But regardless, it was still a fun Ubers match, so we're just gonna go ahead and start the battle. So I'm gonna do what I always want to do with this team, is lead out with my Shaman Sky form and do the annoying sub, leech seed, seed flare, and air slashing shenanigans as he does go for a seismic toss on my sub. So that kind of indicates to me that his Shaman is probably the same set, because he knows it's annoying but yet very effective. So I'm going to predict him to go for the seismic toss again, predicting me to go for the sub. I'm going to take the risk of him possibly statusing me. If I lose, then if I get status, then you know I lose, whatever. But he does go for the seismic toss, and now I could potentially stall him because I'm going to be gaining about 1/3 of my health back from the leech seed. And then also with the Sarin Grace ability and Seed Flare, I do have an 80% chance of dropping special defense, not by 1 stage, but also by 2. So by luck, I should be having the advantage. But he's going to switch Ditto in, as I just mainly went for the sub to kind of test out if I could actually stall him out or something like that. But I do get him to switch into Ditto, which is actually kind of a big threat to my team. So now basically I can take this thing out, and it's probably Scarf, because that's what most of the Dittos set run in Ubers, especially as he does outspeed me. So I'm pretty sure he's Scarf at this point, and I'm gonna be able to knock this thing out with an air slash. So that's one big threat that I was really worried about out of the way in literally like 2 turns. So you know, I just gotta get rid of his Shaman, then I should be somewhat set to go on Rekka's team with the Shaman. But yeah, anyways, Scissor's gonna come in. I'm pretty sure this is Choice Bandit, because that's usually the only set running Ubers. But I am fearing the bullet punch, so I'm gonna make the safe play. I'm gonna go into my fortress just to sponge the hit, but he goes for U-turn. I was kind of kicking myself because I did want to stay in and air slash this thing to death, but I was too afraid of the bullet punch. So I make the safe play, but he just makes the even better play, as he's gonna switch Blaziken in now, and I'm just like, well, shit. I do not want this thing setting up. And really, in reality, I should not be fearing this thing too much, but for some reason I was. There's another poke I should be fearing, as you'll see in the game later. As I'm going to go into my Giratina, it could completely wall this thing. The reason why I didn't set up a Stealth Tox or a Toxic now on that turn, I did not want him getting to +4 and possibly 2-hit KOing me or getting a crit on me. So I'm just going to go into Giratina right away and just stop him from doing this. I can set up my Stealth Tox or Toxic Spikes on something later, as he's going to go for a +2 Flare Blitz on my Giratina. It's not going to do that much to me. So therefore, this thing is going to get the F out. Get the fuck out. Because I'm just going to Dragon Tail it out. The Great Wall of China is not letting any Mongolians in, son. As I Dragon Tail him out to Chansey, unfortunately. So now it's pretty obvious at this point he really wants to wish and then pass it to his Blaziken. And yeah, like I said, it's obvious, so I'm definitely not wanting him to do that. So I'm just going to Dragon Tail and keep on shuffling everything out. But at the same time, that's obvious as well as what my intentions are. So he's going to make a good play here in a second as I Dragon Tail him out to his Omastar. He's going to go ahead and just stay in an Ice Beam as I try to go for the Dragon Tail. And looking at this Omastar, I saw right here, I was just like, this thing is not a threat. How is this thing going to be a threat to my team whatsoever? I should not worry about it. But anyways, gonna go for a roar. I roar him out to a Scissor. I'm just like, cool, you know. I wasted the basically I wasted his wish. I wasted his one wish, and this Scissor basically can't do anything to me either. That's why I decided to stay in. But he surprisingly goes for Pursuit. Not that bad of a play, but like I said, this thing can't really do too much to me. So I'm just gonna go ahead, rest up, and heal back all my health, because this Giratina basically walls his team completely. There is there's 2 pokes on his team that does threaten me, but you'll see them later. As now I'm gonna switch out because I know a pursuit, even if I do switch out, won't hurt me too much, and I can basically just trap him now at this point because I'm gonna switch out into my Tracheon because now he's in a bit of a predicament. Nothing really wants to take a hit from Tracheon, and basically I'm just gonna go for Stoners because, like I said, nothing will take a hit, and I'm hoping he's gonna over predict and go into Shaman, predicting me to go for the close combat, and luckily he does, and I'm going to knock out this annoying ass threat out in one turn. Simple as that. So this is definitely gonna make the game a way easier for me. But Scissor's gonna come back in, not Shaman. Scissor comes back in. I'm fearing the bullet punch again, and I'm just gonna go back into Fortress just to do that. I don't really need the over predict or sack pokes at the moment, as I know he's gonna have to go for the bullet punch because Tracheon is just such a big threat to his team, because most of his team's not really Ubers. There's only like 2 pokes, as I said in team preview. But I'm going to predict him to switch to the Blaziken now to try to set up. But he switches out to Chansey, which is a good play. But now I kind of do have him trapped again. Because all I need to do now, because I'm going to easily kill 1 poke is what I'm thinking here, is switch into my Kyogre this turn. Because I know he's going to go for the Wish. He's not going to stay in an attack or switch out. He's going to go ahead and Wish. And at this point now he has 2 options: leave this Chansey in for it to potentially die from a Hydro Pump because it can kill, or switch something out to something else and die from the Hydro Pump. So I know a Hydro Pump can kill it from this range because I'm max attack on the Lumberry T-Wave set, but unfortunately he's gonna live with the tiniest bit of health, and I was just like, are you serious? And then I see Heal Bill, I'm just like, are you serious? And then he gets his switch up, and I'm just like, are you freaking serious? That's 3 stages of are you seriousness. You guys probably wouldn't want to see the 4th, or hear the 4th is what I should be saying. But at this point, I'm going to switch my Fortress back in because I don't want that Blaziken setting up or anything. I'm trying to Toxic it. I'm just trying to get some residual damage on the Blaziken at this point, trying to poison it because I'm thinking it's the biggest threat to my team. But Omerstar's going to come in. I'm just like, why would you switch this thing in? As I set up the Toxic, like, what could this thing do? I'm just like, wait a minute. I set up the Rain. It has Swift Swim. It can Shell Smash. I'm just like, oh, no. So I'm going to go into Palkia because it's my best counter to it, I guess. And he is simply just going to go for the Shell Smash. And I'm just like, oh, no. Thanks a lot, Tony Flygon, for making this set making this poke so popular in Ubers. And thanks to you 6-foot hacks for making it even more famous in this freaking tier. Thanks a lot, guys. I really appreciate it. But that's really my fault there. So now I just gotta hope I can live a +2 Ice Beam because that's probably the only thing it can hit me hard with. And luckily it does a little bit less than 50%, and I'm able to go for Outrage as I am a mixed Palkia set but with max attack. And it does more than half, so at this point, as long as min-max variance is nice to me, I'll be fine. But he goes for a Hydro Pump for some reason. I'm not too sure why, because that, even though it's Drain Boosted, I do 4 times resisted, so he shouldn't really have gone for it. He should have just went for Ice Beam. But I am able to knock out the Omerstar, so, threat averted, it's fine. Everything is all fine. So Blaziken's gonna come back in. I don't really care that Blaziken's in now, because now that it's poisoned, it's gonna take itself out from recoils eventually. So I'm just gonna stay in, hopefully break through the outrage, because if I don't, and I do kill myself, he's gonna get some poison damage anyways. However, he goes for a Sword Dance, which is even better for me, I guess, because he's just gonna be taking more toxic damage, so that's fine. And me living, he's gonna be Life Orb 2 as well, so he's gonna take some Life Orb recoil and some more poison damage once he decides to kill me off. And he decides to go for the high jump kick. I wasn't really too sure why he would do that. I guess he didn't want to take the Flirbit's recoil. But then again, I could have simply just switched in Giratina to let this thing die by itself. But the reason why I did not switch out to Giratina is I want this thing dead now. I don't want him switching out anymore. And I'm making him think that he could potentially set up and take out 2 of my pokes and have a chance of winning this game at this point. As I'm just going to switch Fortress in as Death Fodder because it's really done its job. It's done its Stealth Rocks, it's done its Toxic Spikes. It doesn't need to do its 4th job because this guy did not have any Stealth Rocks. So technically, Fortress had like a day off on... I don't know where that was going. If he had Stealth Rocks, this game would have been a bit better for him, I guess. So I switch in my Tracheon on the switch in for both of us. As he goes for a Pursuit, not really a good play for him, to be honest. I wish I stayed in there. I would have gotten an attack boost and destroyed his shit. But I'm going to switch into my Giratina now. I know he's locked into it, and I can just Sleep Talk and just like get a roar or a dragon tail or whatever, you know, it doesn't really matter too much for me as I get his Chansey out. At this point, I'm really trying to get a free switch into Kyogre, and I just kind of tiptoe around it because I don't want Kyogre getting hurt too much, because I know Scizor could potentially take me out with a U-turn if I play it wrong. But then again, I should have just switched it in eventually. But yeah, that's what's basically really happening. I'm just Dragon Tailing stuff, and eventually I switch into Terrakion because I know he's going to go for the Wish here, and I'm going to bait him to switch into Scizor. So I'm going to switch out to my Kyogre to see if he would go into the Scizor, and luckily he does. So basically I have him at checkmate as long as I don't miss the Hydro Pump, because if he decides to switch Chansey back in, it's going to die from a Hydro Pump. If he stays with Scizor, it's going to die from a Hydro Pump. Scizor can't outspeed me. It can only outspeed with Bullet Punch. Bullet Punch won't kill me even if it's a crit. Probably even a super crit wouldn't kill me, because I got that red orb, you know, to awaken Kyogre, because I'm colorblind and I know how to awaken Kyogre. Yeah, stupid Team Aqua, stupid Archie. But gonna knock out that Scizor, and he basically really has one poke left, which is gonna be this Chansey, and I'm just gonna get a free switch. I'm just gonna switch into my Terrakion, mainly just to checkmate him and end the game. And basically, yeah, Terrakion, T-Pain, Terrakion Pain. This guy clearly does not want to hear T-Pain, because he's gonna wish there to not wish to listen to T-Pain, and then he's gonna protect his ears from listening to T-Pain's bartender, or I'm in love with the stripper, or, you know, I'ma buy you a drink. But eventually he's gonna hear this T-Pain music on the radio, and is gonna die from a close combat, and basically this Chansey's gonna die, and he's not gonna stall me out, because there's no possible way he could stall me out. So yeah, a bit of rambling on there for me, but that's gonna be the game. That's gonna be a 4-0 victory, as we're gonna go to the key play of the battle, and that's going to be this prediction of me predicting him to go into Shaman. Well, I didn't really predict him to go to Shaman, just me going for Stone Edge mainly and trapping him basically. Because if that Shaman Sky was still alive, I probably would have had a bit of troubles, because that thing basically outspeeds most of my pokes. I think all my pokes besides my Terrakion. But regardless, that was still a good game. Seashore by the Seas. I don't know how to pronounce his name still. But since the randomizer is basically almost over now, I'm going to be concentrating on more different tiers of UU. So kind of expect that a bit, but I still got a UU match to upload. I got 2 or 3. But I got some other matches as well to upload, so yeah, from other tiers. So that about does it for me. So like if you like, comment if you like, and subscribe if you like, and follow me on Twitter if you like as well. And add me on Skype as well. All links will be down in the description below, and I'll see you guys later.